the day before that, we went to a goat farm. Okay, Sarah, this is for you. I see like all these roosters and chickens. You're a big sucker. Well, hello. Oh, hi.
Well, that's what kind of dogs are these? Herders. They herd.
But they don't like.
Got the big sheepdog over here. About to lay down.
Well, hello. I like that one. Hi. What are you doing? It wants the chicken. Or the rooster.
Well,
It's sniffing its butt.
I think it was trying to get one of the feathers. How their eyes were like sideways.
Oh my gosh, you know who would love this?
Is Tasha?
Yes. You're a vocal dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Reminds me of Angel a little bit. Just because Angel was a barn cat. Hi. That's probably Daddy. Okay, look at this giant pig. Okay, this is one of the considerations for bridal portrait. It's called Poinsett Bridge.
Apparently it's like the oldest bridge in the eastern United States.
I think this is the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
It is.
But it's very mountainy. And it doesn't look like it'll be too hot. Because it actually feels good right here. And I'm about over not being able to carry my own backpack because...
I kind of like it. It's like having you on a leash. Can't walk away can't be too far from me.
And I'm wearing my birthstone bar today. And I think that's really cool. Bless you.
Thank you.
It holds birthstones to represent whatever you want. And they kind of move around in there. And I think it's just nice. I'm getting off topic talking about jewelry. There's a sunny little area.
With the Gothic art. Let's get closer.
Long moment. Hey, kitty, kitty. Oh my God, still being out of the door.
She's pretty, she's very friendly. You cut her.
Hi.
Lucy. Tell her, hey. You looking for something to eat?
That's sweet. Teddy Graham. What's up? Are you having anxiety?
It's okay, Teddy.
Are you having anxiety? You think someone's gonna leave him?
We're not leaving you, buddy. Mommy's staying home.
Case Shia packed you a lot of alcohol pads extra, both in your regular backpack, and there's plenty in the polka dot backpack. Medicines are in here.
It does. It reminds you like of Scotland or something. Like you see off the shows and videos, like the mountains. All we just need to see now is some goats and sheep. There's some cows. I'm getting closer.
Turn right onto Potato Branch Road.
This is Potato Branch Road. My kind of road.
In 3/4 of a mile, take a slight right turn.
Beautiful. And the flowers.
What?
Please, someone's stopping. He's hazardous, people. We've literally been gone from 11 a.m. and we're not due to arrive home until 5:45.
Thanks to Mom.
So what have we been doing?
I'm looking at honeymoon suites or honeymoon destinations.
Originally, I was thinking Tennessee, but then I thought Asheville because it's closer and it has the Biltmore. But there are hotels at Biltmore, but I don't think that they're very conducive Nassau-wise as far as like centers. So I was looking for different B&Bs around the area, and a lot of the B&Bs, they have separate cottages rather than staying inside the actual main house. We went and looked at those, and not one of the B&Bs was available. We found one place that we both, what is the person wearing?
Looks like they're wearing scrubs.
Yeah, the one that we both really, really liked, there was absolutely no cell phone service. So what I'm looking for is something that's secluded, yet still close enough to the city to where we can go to the Biltmore and do whatever else there is to do.
Yeah, pretty prominently. You don't want to be too far in the sticks, basically.
The one that was away in the mountains, that is pretty in the sticks, I'm not gonna lie. You see like these farmers driving the tractors and the corn, but the mountain view is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's definitely, and the building itself looks wonderful too.
But when you drive, it's still not that far to get into the city, even though it
About
looks
15 minutes, I think.
even though it looks like it would be. And then I got us lost. The very first address I put in the wrong one, and I kept looking.
Took us to the dead end of a random ghetto neighborhood.
Hillbilly ghetto. That's what I would refer to it as.
Yeah.
And we kept waiting for it to open up, and we ended up in some kind of little trailer park looking place. And then I was about to tell him that I wasn't even going to get out, because in some of them we were able to get out and go look at the places if they weren't already occupied, so I could see whether I tolerated it before we book it. But since that was our first place, I was telling him I didn't even feel comfortable getting out there because it just looked that sketchy. And then we realized I got lost. And then the places that we really liked from the outside, they were already occupied. So we couldn't actually physically go in, but we drove around. And then yesterday we went to Poinsett Bridge to look for an area that I might be able to use for my bridal portraits.
We
in a
just
couple
passed
weeks.
it, by the way.
Yeah, we just passed it. And then the day before that, we went to a goat farm. All good things must come to an end. I guess I overdid it 3 days in a row, going to the goat farm, the bridge, and then a produce stand on the side of the road that was outdoors. I'm not going into places because of COVID. and touring potential honeymoon destinations. The day after, I thought I was developing an obstruction because I was having severe abdominal pain and nausea, and my symptoms were not very controlled at all. And it had been over 24 hours and they weren't going away. So I had to go into the emergency room to get an x-ray and a CT to see if I had an obstruction, because I can never tell when I'm having a pseudo or mechanical obstruction because they both feel the same. So what's weird is that I got there, they did my CT, and it didn't show an obstruction. My bowels were not really dilated more than my baseline. The only thing they saw was the mass in my pelvis. So they said that since I have the resources to find another source of nutrition, which is TPN and fluids, and I drain 24/7 out of my peg tube, that they could discharge me because I was stable then. And so they discharged me. They said that they didn't know exactly what was going on, that because I was having the obstruction pain, and I've had so many obstructions before, it could just be in the really early stages and not enough to show up on an x-ray yet. But the next morning I went to the restroom and was bleeding again. Now that was totally indicative of an IBD flare, and I guess it wasn't all a severe obstruction. It was the IBD thing, but the bleeding isn't excessive yet, so I'm not going back into the hospital unless it turns into my full-blown episode when I know I need blood. That's nice to know what's going on, even though we didn't know it when I went to the ER. That would have been nice because I had to wait there, and of course that exposes me to things I don't want to be exposed to with COVID. And so this is what happens when you overdo it and don't rest. And I have been trying to eat a little bit by mouth. I can do a couple of things safely without going into anaphylaxis from my mast cell disorder. I had been eating some of my safe mast cell foods, and then most of it, of course, vents out. But during those 3 days where I was clearly overdoing it, one of the foods that I ate did not vent out. And now this has happened. The last time I was trying to eat and things didn't vent out properly, I started another bleed too. So, but today's the first day where I seem to be improving rather than declining. And I'm just taking it easy, as you can tell, because I look kind of rough. And then we contacted the gynecologist regarding the mass, and because the radiologist at the hospital in the report put that I needed a surgical consult because they still didn't know if it was gynecological in nature or bowel in nature, and nobody seems to want to figure it out. But I called the gynecologist because he was the one kind of monitoring the growth of the mass. That hasn't grown. It stayed the exact same size as my last ultrasound and CT. So we knew that wasn't the cause of my acute pain. While it is causing pain, it wasn't the cause of the episode. So they say the mass is blood filled. But like I said, nobody wants to figure that out. So what can you do?